Hi, everybody. Welcome to Manitowoc Cooperative Ministry Daily Devotions. I'm Pastor Judine Duerwaechter, co-pastor with the MCM. And today I'd love to bring you a reflection on Psalm 115. I'm going to read to you about half of the psalm, and let's take a look at how that might influence us in our lives today. Psalm 115. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but to your name give glory, because of your mercy, because of your truth. Why should the Gentiles say, so where is their God? But our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they don't speak. Eyes they have, but they don't see. They have ears, but they don't hear. Noses they have, but they do not smell. They have hands, but they do not handle. Feet they have, but they do not walk, nor do they mutter through their throat. Those who make them are like them. So is everyone who trusts in them. O Israel, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Now it goes on with more language like this, but of course what you're getting a sense of is this psalmist is Jewish and judging the Gentiles, which is always the definition of Gentile, is anyone other than Jewish. And these Israelites, these Jewish folks, they adhere to God's law. They adhere to the Ten Commandments. But the Gentiles are out and about trusting in a variety of different gods. And basically, this psalmist is suggesting that the Gentiles, in fact, aren't authentic as they give credence to what is superficially an important thing. Now, he's kind of being a little critical. Let's look at it like this. Have you ever maybe been insulted for your faith? Have you ever had someone be sarcastic toward you because of your choice to trust in God in a situation where a person who didn't have your great faith may have spoken sarcastically in response and said, oh yeah, you know, God's just going to take care of that for you, right? And, you know, the answer, of course, is yeah, you know, that is what God's going to do as I trust and open myself up to allowing God to work in my life. So I was thinking for us today, what would be an example in your life where maybe you felt offended? Now, I'm not saying that this psalmist is offending anyone. It's just that this psalmist is spot on saying, yeah, Gentile, you know, again, someone who doesn't have the faith that that particular psalmist has, you know, yeah, Gentile, you think you know what's going on, and you think you're authentic, and you think you got it all figured out, but the truth is nothing you trust and believe in is ever going to be solid or forever. Rather, the Gentiles' faith and belief, which is a small f for faith and a small b for belief, is always temporal and superficial. So, has there ever been a time in your life where your faith was in question by another person, where you felt maybe ditzed or insulted because you really believed in how God was going to bring you through this, so to speak? So, of course, as I always do, I have a story for you. I remember this feeling very, very well, where I was on an airplane heading to a church conference many, many years ago. And the person that came and sat next to me was a gentleman, and I always will remember him because he had on a big cowboy hat and he had a big cowboy mustache, and he was just kind of on the handsome side of things. And he sat right down next to me, and it seemed like he was pretty pleased that this couple-hour flight was going to have this nice conversation between the two of us, right? Well, as it would be, I had a book on my lap, and that book was, I don't specifically remember what it was, but I do know that this book was about different churches like throughout the world or something like that. And this mustache cowboy, made some nice small talk at first, and then, eventually wanted to like say, hey, so what are you reading, kind of thing. And I shared with him the name of the book that I was reading, and he got stone scared right there. He grabbed his cowboy hat off the floor and his briefcase and unbuckled his seatbelt, and he dashed out of there so fast. And I'll remember it always because he hit his head on the luggage compartment thing. And I know I've shared this story in the context of worship with some of you, but I was like, oh my gosh, he found out that I was a woman of faith, and he dashed out of there so fast it wasn't even funny. And I thought to myself, well, that's just so sad. You lose. You lose, because if you think that your cowboy hat and your fancy mustache is going to sustain you in life, you have another thing coming. So I'll remember that, because at first, of course, I felt a little tinge of rejection. And as I've matured in faith, I realize, like this psalmist writes today, good God, none of those things will ever sustain you or I in life, and that our sustenance is in our trust in God and never, ever in these superficial things that we usually spend our youth, counting on, that they're going to get us through or make us happy or make us better or make us look good. Yeah, none of that is real, friends. The only thing that's real is God's love, and it is for you. It is for all of us. And I thank God myself that I have found a way to open up to that and let God love me. And I want that for you too, this day and this week. So promise me, as always, that you're going to go to Psalm 115 and you're going to take a read at the whole entire thing. And if you have a story to share with me about where someone may have ditched your faith, send me an email. And I love the fact that some of you have been doing that in response to some of the other Psalms that we've done for our daily devotions. So have a blessed day, and remember to live to love. Take great care. Bye now.